You have dreams. You have goals. You are working hard. Maybe even sacrificed a lot to get to where you are today. Something feels off. Or no. What is it? You feel stuck, frustrated, like you are doing everything right, yet you're not moving forward. Why? What is happening? What's wrong? What am I doing wrong? It might not be the economy. It might not actually be the bad luck. It might not actually be other people taking opportunities from you. I think maybe, what if the real problem is you? What if it's you? Think about it. Today we are going to be talking about something that most people do not want to admit. The hidden ways that we sabotage our own success. And more importantly, how to stop. Honestly, I wanted to talk about this because I have done this to myself a lot and I need to get over it. Look, this video isn't to shame you. Maybe just a little bit so it can knock some sense into you. In fact, the purpose of this video is to do the exact opposite. It's here to free you. Because once you understand how self-sabotage actually works, you can break the cycle, okay? You can stop being your own worst enemy and start being your biggest supporter. So let's unpack this. Stay with me. This might be the most important video that you watch this year. So, first of all, let's start off with the question. What is self-sabotage really? Well, self-sabotage isn't just procrastinating or being lazy. It goes way deeper. It's a defense mechanism. It's how our brain tries to protect us from what it thinks is a threat, which is basically things that are uncomfortable to experience, like failure, rejection, or change, which is, as a matter of fact, the only ways that we grow. So think about it. You get a perfectly great opportunity and suddenly you just feel unprepared. So you delay, you overthink, and you convince yourself that you are just not ready. That is self-sabotage in action. Okay? It's not always obvious. Sometimes it shows up as busy, or like you're filling your time with little tasks so that you can avoid the big and scary ones. Or sometimes, it shows up as perfectionism, or reworking something 100 times because you're just afraid to release it into the world. So yeah, it comes in many different forms. So let's talk about the seven sneaky signs you're self-sabotaging yourself. There's a long list for me to pick from. So let's go deeper with some real life signs of self-sabotage. And honestly, the more of this that hits home for you, the more urgent it is for you to take a step back and actually reflect on yourself. So let's talk about it. Number 1 was perfectionism. Okay, you're always almost done. Yeah, that's how you're supposed to say it. I mixed up the words in my head. You're always almost done. You're never finished. Okay, you want things to be just right, but deep down you're just too afraid to be judged. So you just keep polishing it until, well, the opportunity passes by, and then you're like, oh shucks, next time. You did that on purpose, didn't you? Yeah, I know you did. Number 2, procrastination, which is kind of basically the same. Okay, you wait until the last minute because you keep telling yourself you work better under pressure. I know we've said this a couple of times in our lives. We work better under pressure. But that's just a cover, okay? You are just too afraid of the discomfort that comes with showing up consistently. And that is number 3, negative self-talk. Why? Why do you do this to yourself, okay? That little voice in your head that says, you're not smart enough. You're too lame to do this. You'll never make it. And the worst part, you believe it. You believe all the BS this voice is telling you. Let me tell you something. None of that is true. You are capable. You are smart and you are everything that is saying that you are not. So chin up. Number 4, self doubt that stops you from starting. This is a big one. You have great ideas. Very great ideas. Probably better ideas than me, actually. But you never actually act on it. You research, you plan, you think, maybe even more than me, by the way. But as always, you never launch that idea. And that's fear disguised as logic. That's fear disguised as logic. Mhm. Number 5, a burnout from doing too much. So, I know we like to do too much because it's our business and it's our idea, it's our goal we're working towards. But you take okay? You take everything. You take work, you take family, and you take extra projects until you basically crash. Then you say, "See, I knew I couldn't handle it." But maybe the real problem wasn't capacity. It was, maybe something called having boundaries. Ever heard of that one? No? Well, I think you need to do some research into that. Number 6, avoiding help or feedback. You try to do everything alone. I know, I've been there. I have been there a lot. Because, this is kind of like an insecurity that I had to get over, okay? You avoid mentorship, you avoid coaching, you avoid critique because deep down you don't want to hear that you're not as good as you thought, or worse, that you're capable of so much more because you are already so comfortable in like where you are. And honestly, when it comes to criticism, I think it's good to think of all criticisms as constructive criticism because honestly there's never a bad criticism unless it's not true. Number 7, lastly, quitting too soon. Oh my dear. You start strong and then you disappear. Where the hell she go? You abandon projects before they're complete. You say it wasn't meant to be. I've been there. But often it's just fear of failure that made you quit. Because I don't know, for some reason it kind of like sounded logical in your head that if you quit, it means you didn't fail. You just pulled out before you failed. But in the end, it's still failure because you quit. Quitting. So, with that all said, all 7 of those, where exactly does self sabotage actually come from? Because let's be real, most of us doesn't wake up one day and then decide to get in our own way. These patterns were formed years ago, maybe even decades. Maybe you were told that you would never amount to much. Maybe someone mocked your dream. Chef, an IT, a YouTuber? Seriously? Maybe you're tired, okay? Maybe you tried something once and then it failed. And now your brain is just trying to make sure that you never feel that pain, that loss once again. Or maybe it's success itself that feels uncomfortable because, like, it's new, it's like you've never felt it. Unfamiliar and uncomfortable. We say that we want success, but when it starts getting closer, most of us kind of panic because what happens if we do succeed, right? What happens if we do succeed? Like we did plan it, we did like plan everything, so we're kind of like expecting to succeed. But what if we do succeed? What if people expect more from us then? What if we lose it all again? That fear is real, okay? But it doesn't have to control you. It doesn't have to. So, how exactly do you break out of this cycle? Well, it's going to take a lot of mental power and convincing. Now, let's get to the good part of this video. How do we stop the sabotaging ourselves? So, these aren't quick fixes, okay? But okay, they do work if you stay consistent. I give it like a 90-day mark. Number 1 is raise awareness. The first step is noticing when you are actually doing it. So start journaling your habits. Write down what triggers avoidance and pay attention to when you shrink back, and awareness, because awareness changes everything. Number two, you need to start challenging your inner critique. When you hear that voice that says, you can't, ask, whose voice is that really? Who is this little Just kidding. Is it yours or someone from the past? Start replacing it with the truth that I'm learning, I'm growing, and I'm allowed to take up space, okay? I'm allowed to take up space on this planet. Number three, progress over perfection. Done is better than perfect. I have trouble with this sometimes because I have trouble with perfectionism. So I know, I've been there, done is better than perfect. Focus on momentum and not the mastery, okay? I know this doesn't make sense because usually people say mastery. You need to master it. You're not building a statue, okay? You are building a life. One messy, beautiful step at a time. Number four, break big goals in micro steps, okay? Don't write a book, write a page. Don't launch a business. Take the first client call. Dream big. Big dreams are built on small, repetitive actions. And honestly, you just have to love the hell out of your dream to justify the the micro steps that you need to take for it, because if you love this goal, then whatever it is that you want to accomplish, the micro steps, you're gonna hate. It's guaranteed that you're gonna probably not gonna enjoy some of the micro steps that are required to take to there. But the fact that you love the hell out of this goal, this dream, justifies those micro steps and it makes it tolerable. So have passion and love your dream. Love the hell out of it. Number five, surround yourself with believers, okay? Get around people who want to see you win. Join communities, find mentors, talk to friends who challenge and uplift you. It's hard to sabotage yourself when you are held accountable by love, by supporters, by people who support you. Number six, celebrate the small wins, okay? Every win counts. Create that email that you, celebrate that email. Create. Celebrate that email that you finally sent. That task that you didn't avoid. The boundary that you enforced. These moments matter more than you think. Number seven, give yourself permission to fail. You will mess up real bad. By the way, you will mess up, you will stumble. But failure is inevitable, okay? It's not proof that you are not meant for success. It's proof that you are in the game. Life is a game and it comes in stages, and you gotta beat each stage. You gotta beat each level. The higher the level, the stronger the boss. So let me ask you again. Are you sabotaging your own success? If anything in this video made you stop and think, okay, don't just brush it off. This is your signal. This is your sign that, and this is your mirror. This is your mirror. You've got one job. Get out of your way. And your future is already thanking you for it. So subscribe if this helped you, and comment below with one way that you have caught yourself self-sabotaging and what you are going to do differently this time. So let's talk about it. We all want success. There isn't a person alive that doesn't want success. But success isn't just about strategy. It's about self-awareness. When you change your inner world, the outer world naturally starts to shift too. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to stop standing in your way. And that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and remember, the biggest breakthrough usually comes right after you stop giving yourself permission to quit. Now, if you like the video, if you want to see more of my videos, you can check out this video, or you can go straight to my channel. And yes, let's take over the world. Let's get to work and let's take over the world. And I'll be seeing you in my next one. Bye.